Hey guys, welcome aboard, welcome back, welcome home. As always, completely dependent on where you are in relation to these messages, this channel, these energies, and this week. This week is the 12th of September through the 18th of September 2022. Let's dive in. So this week we begin with an Aries moon, right? So this is about feelings that spur you into action. So we have an overnight conjunction, hello, to Chiron. And then the sun quincunxes Saturn before the moon sextiles Saturn. Well, hello. And then we have the moon quincunxing the sun before squaring Pluto. So a busy day, right? That sun in conjunct, or the sun in direct Saturn. Wow, majors this week, okay. And the moon conjunct Chiron, right? This day is going to feel a little bit contractive, right? There's a pulling in, even with that Aries moon, with that aspecting energy. And as we witness this week, where Mercury is moving to oppose Jupiter, it's really a week to mind your self-talk. This day in particular might be a day to really have some conversations with yourself. If you're not a journaler, that's okay. You can still have that conversation. If you happen to feel kind of out of kilter with the you-ness, right, that is you, and your capacities to get shit done today, mind your why, right? It might be a little bit blurry. It might be feeling out of focus. And it might feel like the pressures around you are mounting. And the fact of the matter is that is not going to change today. It's really not going to change a lot this week. So just kind of lean into that and allow it, right? Listen to it, see what you have to learn. On Tuesday, not a very busy day in terms of aspects. The moon moves into Taurus early, and then that Taurus moon quincunxes retrograding Mercury in Libra later that night. So this is really just kind of deepening that energy from yesterday. Now, here's the deal. With Taurus as that moon director energy, you may want to dig in instead of leaning in. My best advice to you is to try to keep soft knees on Tuesday. And again, just kind of witnessing your permission to maintain radio silence, right? Some things are better felt than spoken, and we are kind of in that phase right now with all this retrograding energy. Well. With the moon quincunxing Mercury, that Venus energy really abounds, right? We've got the Taurus moon and Mercury in Libra. But again, this retrograde season energy is really drawing you into yourself. So mind that, right? Honor that, and have that self conversation, however it looks for you. On Wednesday, the Taurus moon trines Venus. And Venus is in Virgo, right? So that's a lot of earth energy. Taurus, the moon in Taurus also conjuncts Uranus, right? That's a big deal. And then squares Saturn. Now, here's the deal. That trine to Venus and conjunction to Uranus, those happen before 6 a.m. Central Time. So you might wake after a very realigning series of dream time events. Pay attention, right? With the moon trining Venus and conjunct Uranus, the shift is beginning, right? Your shift is beginning. Give it recognition, right? And whatever makes you consider that shift impossible, whatever makes you think, oh, that's going to be a challenge, or I can't do it, witness it as an illusion, right? the moon's square to Saturn is really going to pull you into that energy. However, just be in presence with your capacity, right? You can keep reminding yourself, right? Even if you have to be that little, wow, y'all, that little engine that could, just keep telling yourself, I know I can. I know I can. I know I can. On Thursday, that Taurus moon trines the sun very, very early overnight. Sextiles Neptune also overnight. And then early in the morning, the moon trines Pluto, which of course is in retrograde. And then late in the afternoon, about 3 Central Time, the moon moves into Gemini. So here's the deal. Grand Earth trine energy, right? The sun, the moon, and Pluto. Plumb your depths, right? Dig, dream, vision, excavate. We have this amazing Uranus-Saturn square, ongoing, right? The reevaluate your values, right? We've been talking about this for almost 2 years now. How your future visions and ideals and your concept of utopia happens to relate to your big picture values, right? Where are you in integrity? As the moon sextiles Neptune and trines Pluto, create that self space, right? And once the moon shifts into Gemini, that spell is going to shift into the limitless. So get your structure down early, right? Create your construct so that when that big giant energy that is moon in Gemini comes in, it doesn't feel like it's bouncing all over looking for something to tether to, right? Like a grapevine. You know how a grapevine will spiral all around those fence pieces. I don't know what they're called. But as long as you have the structure for that to tether to, you're more in business, or more apt to be in business, to get those dreams, visions, and big giant ideals into action, into foundation. Friday, the 16th of September, happens to be my C-Store's birthday, so happy birthday, Patty. The Gemini moon sextiles Jupiter and trines Mercury. Venus squares Mars. The sun opposes Neptune, and that moon conjuncts Mars, squares Venus, and sextiles Chiron. Venus has a lot of challenges on Friday, right? So these are our 3D real world sensory issue challenges. This is love, this is money, squaring both Mars and the moon. So what is it that you believe that you're lacking? What is leaving you feeling unfulfilled? Sit down with a play-by-play in all areas of your life and have just a little self-inspection, right? With the sun opposed to Neptune in retrograde, right? Clarity is absolutely available if you look past the distractions. So do your digging, right? Do your digging. Only you can answer those questions. Absolutely no one can answer them for you. On Saturday, Venus, right, in Virgo, quincunxes Chiron. And then the moon does a little dance, right? Trines Saturn, squares Neptune and the sun, quincunxes Pluto, and then Mars in Gemini sextiles Chiron. Again, right, the integrity of your journey and your healing journey comes to the forefront, right? You can do those things, right? We had this conversation on Wednesday. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. You can do the things. The question is, are you doing them? Are you? Are you? And if not, what is preventing you from doing them, right? How are you looking away from feeling the very things that will set you free and allow you to set yourself into motion, right? Where are you divested from your reality, right? Where have you gotten in your own way? Where have you put up a barrier or a roadblock? Is that trauma? Is it a belief? Is it something that you just haven't yet dealt with or managed? Those things can be done, right? So be intrepid, be fearless, be explorative, be brave, and look again. Look again. See what is available to you as you look again on Sunday. Overnight, the moon moves into Chiron. Interesting. And I'm sorry. Wow. The moon moves into Cancer. Hello. Okay. So the moon moves into Cancer overnight, and then squares Jupiter, squares Mercury, both of course in retrograde, and then Mercury and Jupiter oppose one another. And very late in the evening, the Sun in Virgo trines Pluto. Now here's the deal. What you just heard was we have a T-square, right? Mercury opposes Jupiter, squaring the moon. So all of that yesterday energy, all of that looking, all of that exploration, right? All of this whole week as we have been digging and exploring in our quiet, witnessing ourselves through the lens of our own fearless clarity, right? There's going to have to be a means to express that, right? We can't just think a thing. We can't just discover a thing. We have to find a way to put that into expression. On Sunday, that is very challenged. Here's the deal. Again, this is a self-conversation. So this is a self-expression, right? This is retrograde season. And retrograde season is an innate amplification of our own ability and our own capacity, and our own need, right, to speak to and as ourselves. So contemplate the way that your conversation right now needs to be in the mirror first before it goes anywhere else, right? That conversation has to start in your mirror first. So let's have a conversation. So we've got Monday, the 12th of September. We've got the wheel and the 6 of cups, right? The wheel recognizes cycles, right? Sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down. Sometimes it feels great, sometimes it feels terrible, right? This is the roller coaster of life, right? We're up, we're down, we're up, we're down. It's never just this straight line. That's not living, right? It's never just, this is great, this is great, this is great, this is great. That's not living. And anybody who tells you differently, I might suggest, has an interestingly narrow view of the spectrum that is our lives, right? The 6 of Cups asks you, draw your attention back to unconditional love, right? Where were you before you understood what hurt was, right? As the moon conjuncts Chiron here, we're talking about contracting, right? Coming back to a place, right? It might feel blurry, it might feel out of focus. Here's the deal. You have all the focus you need. Sometimes we have to look back and figure out, where was I when this cycle began? Where was I? What was I looking for? How do I recreate this pattern, right? I mean, she's very clearly got some attachments, but are they lesson attachments or are they anchors? If they're lesson attachments, then the journey forward is light. If they're anchor attachments, that journey is heavy, right? So we talked about Monday, that pressure is mounting, right? And it might feel a little off kilter. Lean in and listen, right? Lean in and listen for your direction. On Tuesday, we talked about this as being that day to choose to lean in instead of dig in. So we've got the Sun, clearly the best and happiest card in the deck, right? This is just pure bliss, pure joy, pure light. We've got the 4 of Cups. What are you ignoring? What are you avoiding, right? Where are you digging in? Where are you not looking? What are you unwilling to invite into your life? Keep your knees soft, because this Four of Cups is a danger, right, of a disengagement. And this is not, right? So keep your knees soft. Keep your focus internal, right? You know where your light is, and it's not always out here, right? You can't be bored if you are your own source of light. So do your own digging, right? Keep that invitation to be your own center in focus. Wednesday, right? This is about that shift. So we've got the World, we've got the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is, where are you brave enough to choose your own fulfillment, to choose your own satisfaction, to choose your own bliss, no matter what you have to walk away from to do that, right? The shift begins with your own recognition, and anything that makes you believe it's impossible, right, is an illusion. This is the day I can. You can. This is the card of bravery, right? Of moving away from something that is not bringing you joy towards something else that is. The world is that cycle, that integration, right? That culmination of this wheel energy. Where do you find your energy for the wheel? Well, you find your energy for the wheel in what is unconditional love, in that place where you can go back and say, yeah, I know what that energy is. I recognize it. And I'm not going to look away from it anymore. I know what that feels like. I know what it means to integrate and move on. And I'm going to do it no matter what, right? You can. Don't just think you can. Know you can. On Thursday, we've got a grand earth trine, which is interesting because we get air and fire, right? So that's exciting. So this is that beautiful day of plumbing your own depths, of really getting into alignment with your dreams and your visions, right? What is in alignment with your own integrity, and creating that self space. And then once that moon shifts into Gemini, right, that spell will shift into the limitless. So get the structure down early, create your idea early, so that we can grapevine, right? Because grapevines grow really fast. If you've ever watched them outside, they spiral and twist all through those fences. As long as you've got the ideas down, the concept, the structure, then this growth is exponential, right? So make sure it's in alignment, and then watch what happens. On Friday, we have got the beautiful Ace of Wands and the Eight of Wands again, right? So this, again, is about these beautiful big ideas coming in to show you, what do you believe you lack? What do you believe is leaving you unfulfilled? What is in every area of your life something that you're either doing right or doing wrong, right? All that clarity is available to you. All of that clarity is available to you. Look past your distractions, right? This is beautiful energy, right? Ace of Wands is all about something new coming into your life that sets you on fire, that creates the capacity, the drive to move forward, right? Again, we always talk about the difference between motivation and dedication and devotion, right? But all these wands are the devotion, right? This is the idea and the devotion to keep moving, just making sure that we're looking past all of our distractions and that we're not moving forward like a crazy person, right? Saturday. So this is about how we're going to talk about our healing journeys. What are the things we can do? What's holding us back? What are we looking away from? And how can we be intrepid and look again, right? So we have the Ten of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. Look, this is, I absolutely understand what I require. This is my legacy. This is my everything. This is my state of fully resourced beingness. And this is how I'm going to get there, right? The Knight of Pentacles, pure endurance, right? This is supporting both of these Eight of Wands here. This is supporting all of this motion, right? all of this forward motion in these energies this week. This grounds it, brings it right down to earth. Yes, my why. What am I looking away from? I'm going to move in a different direction. What am I believing is preventing me from having all of these things? I have the power, the stamina, the get it done to move toward them. Be intrepid. Be intrepid, right? This is intrepid with the capacity to stay with the task until it's completed. And that's what the Ten of Pentacles energy is all about. Be intrepid and look again, right? And then we've got the Emperor and the Eight of Swords. Look. Okay, we talked about this as a T-square, right? Mercury, Jupiter, and the moon. So this is quite beautiful. The Emperor, of course, is the conglomeration of all kings, right? So this is mastery in mastery form. So this is, I understand what to do. I understand how to do it. I understand the reason to do it. And I understand why and when. So this is about really understanding all of the things, right? But Eight of Swords is about where are your ideas and your beliefs and any dominant negative emotions that you may have standing in your own way, right? This is what the Eight of Swords energy is. This is about feeling bound, feeling powerless, feeling like you have a limited capacity, when in fact you have no limits whatsoever. None whatsoever. You are your own power, right? You are your own ability. You are your own capacity. You are your own need. Have that conversation in the mirror with yourself. What's real? What's in your way? Where are you in your own way, right? Where is the bigness of that expression being stunted by your beliefs? It's a great question. All day, every day, I love this specifically for this week because this is a week that asks us really to do specific work every single day. So this is really inviting us into the retrograde season in such a deep and beautiful way, which I love, right? Because it is all about the conversation we have with ourselves. It's all about our own ability, capacity, and need to not just speak with ourselves and express ourselves, but to become ourselves all day, every day, right? We've got a lot of majors in this week, y'all. Pay attention. These are big cycles. These are big invitations. Show up. Show up for your own invitations, right? You wrote them. We've got Pachamama. So lovely. Yeah, she represents the unconditional love that the earth has for all her children, including the stones, the plants, the animals, and the humans. She is the goddess of earth, also known as Gaia, who pervades all creation in our planet. Thanks to Pachamama, our timeless soul can experience life in a biological body. The joy and pain we taste during our brief time on earth are invitations to discover the boundless love of Pachamama. You are a child of the earth. Now is the time to eat right, love right, and be joyous, regardless of the circumstances you may find yourself in. Be grateful for your life, your body, and all that nourishes you. Pachamama invites you to relish every breath, embrace your joy and your pain equally, and discover love through both. Let her know how much you appreciate all her blessings with an act of service, such as planting a tree, helping an endangered species, or protecting the oceans. You still believe that you have been cast out of the Garden of Eden, that you're motherless and homeless. You suppose that you need to work very hard to survive or thrive. It's time to stop suffering. Let go of that old myth that you were given the garden to rejoice in and to become its steward. Your melancholy is really a longing to return to the heart of Pachamama. Listen to the mother who is always there for you. Walk in beauty and honor all life. Okay, cycles, right? We understand that the essence of this card is to witness the cycles, right? To understand how you create your legacy by being in that moment, doing that work, digging into your own personal depths. That's quite lovely. This is a week that feels challenging, but challenges are not bad things, right? They're invitations to forge, to test your own mettle and see how well you've been forging yourself, right? And so a challenging week is simply a week to redirect, show you, oh, okay, maybe I should put some attention over here. Oh, maybe I should try to do it this way. Oh, maybe I should angle in from here. Challenges are not bad things. We're not looking at challenges as struggles, right? We're simply looking at them as questions. What is this here to teach me? Where is this showing up so that I can support myself and everyone else in a much better way? And when do we win? When we're intrepid, when we're willing to just do the thing, right? To trust your own capacity. Anyway, this is a lovely week. Yeah, rise to your challenges. You can do it. Absolutely. Big blessings.